What's going on, love? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to your collective message of the day. For those of y'all who are new here, my name is Shawnee. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. I do my best to upload daily messages for us all, okay? And when or as opportunity and time presents itself, I upload messages for each zodiac sign as well as what I like to call collective conversation. So if any of that sounds like something that you may be interested in, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you here, on this journey with me, with us, okay? Thank you for tapping in. If you're interested in following or supporting me on any of the other platforms that I may be associated with, make sure you do check out the link in the description area. And also, if you're interested in booking a private session service or joining the monthly membership for more guidance, mentorship, support, and community and things of that nature, make sure you check out the description area as well. That be seeming like a lot. I'm gonna get used to it, y'all. Y'all know I'm still fairly new to this whole YouTube thing, but we're gonna get it together. Again, this is a collective message, so take what resonates, leave what does not. Share the message if necessary, if need be, okay? All thanks and praise to the Most High. Look, right when we're getting started, okay? All thanks and praise to the Most High, and then 3 cards just go boop, boop, boop. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, you know our hearts and you know our situation. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive this message at hand with an open mind and an open heart? I also ask that you give me the words to be able to articulate this message in a way that it can be delivered so that the receiver may understand it. We also ask that you clear anything that's standing in front of our clarity, confirmation, transformation, and healing within this message. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. All right, let's see what we got, y'all. Underneath it all, there's the 9 of Swords, but it shows up like in reverse, so this is how this shows up. It is really time for us, right, to start putting life back into ourselves. We have spent so much time, allowing things to overwhelm us, overwork us from a mental space. We always overthinking something. We always got so much on our minds. We always, right? Well, now this is clearly telling you, like, underneath it all, it's time for us to start, like, thinking better thoughts, thinking the thoughts that are actually going to make us feel more alive, that are going to put more, energy and things of that nature into us. Going into the message in itself, we have the Priestess showing up in reverse. Right, so this card, it also goes again back into that underneath it all energy, paying attention to things that are in that low vibrational aspect. So these are things that are going to make you worry, that are going to make you be confused, that are going to make you feel, out of alignment, the things that you really don't want to feel. And you really just got to pay attention, right? Like, pay attention to the things that make you feel good overall. And that can be tricky sometimes. I've been paying a lot of attention to how I've been, wording things. And I want to say it was 19 keys that brought it to my attention, brought it to the forefront, right? I think it was. Where it was just because something may not feel good in that moment doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be done. So you really just want to pay attention. I've been more recently, stating how you want to do the things that are setting you up for success. Even though you may not want to do it right now because there is something else that feels better to do right now. You want to choose the choices. You want to make the decisions that are setting you up to be in a position that you actually want to be in 1 to 3 years from now, or 6 to 12 months from now. It really don't matter, right? You don't want to keep on putting yourself in a space or a place or a position to where you keep on playing with your own emotions. You keep on, acting like you want something or saying that you want something, but then you're not putting yourself in a position to be able to get that thing that you actually want or that you feel like you actually deserve or desire to have. You understand what I'm explaining? It's like you may want a higher paying job, but you're not applying or going to the interview. So every time you go to work, you're irritated and you're annoyed and you're telling yourself, I wish I had a higher paying job. I want a higher paying job. And that thought, the thought of having a higher paying job, yeah, it feels good, right? It makes you feel better. But then when you go back to work, because you haven't done your part, you're irritated and aggravated, like this better paying job is just supposed to fall in your lap and you don't have nothing to do, right? It don't work like that, and we know this. So at some point, like, you really just got to be honest with yourself. Pay attention to, the overall feeling that you feel, and then be willing to do what you have to do in order to put yourself in a position to receive what it is that you desire to have, We also have the Seven of Wands that pops up. So even with this Seven of Wands popping up, similar energy, fighting against yourself, fighting against everybody else outside of you, just, this back and forth energy, like just going back and forth. Listen. I guess when you get tired, like, you'll really get tired. When you get tired, you'll start doing whatever you know you have to do in order for you to elevate and evolve. Excuse me. I kid you not. I don't know what it is about me in this camera that to the point when I get in front of this camera, I get the yawning, because I don't be yawning before I come in front of this camera. Okay? But again, fighting against yourself, fighting against other people, just being real combative. And it could come from you being, I guess, like in survival mode, where you feel like you're used to what you're used to. You're used to what you're used to, so you don't want to go against that. But not going against that is the very reason why you are unsatisfied or unhappy, or it keeps you in this energy of, like I said, going back and forth with individuals, right? That's the holdup. Okay? That is the holdup. That's why you feel like stagnant. That's why you feel complacent. That's why you feel like you're not moving. Because even when people bring you new information, you just want to fight against it. Like, you don't want to go outside of what you know is going to work. And shit, if that's cool with you, then that's cool. Like, if you cool with that, you cool with that. But this is not giving that you cool with that. This is giving that, start elevating, start paying attention to the more high vibrational areas and aspects of your life, of your being in itself, The choice is yours. So you see where it is that you want to go. Let me show you this Knight of Discs one more again. Right? So it's like you're looking directly at, where you're headed. You looking at it. It's there. Right? But you're not moving towards it. So how does that work? Right? You move, like you see it, you're looking at it. And you're going to watch it get further and further away if you don't decide to start taking the necessary steps that you know you need to take. You have absolutely nothing to worry about. You worrying about these failures that you think are there. Like, what if I don't get it right? Or what if it goes wrong? Or what if I end up having to come back? Or whatever the case may be. That's all a figment of your imagination, right? You're allowing your mind to keep you afraid from going towards your goals, going towards your dreams. What? I think I've asked before, like, if I told you that the things that you desire to have are right on the other side of your fears, would you overcome them? You know what I'm saying? And then it's real crazy. Like, I'm saying this out loud, and I know I've said this before, but I don't think it was here. When people are afraid of something, they don't tend to think about the things that they are afraid of, right? So it's really kind of like your mind playing tricks on you. So for example, if I was afraid of spiders, I'm not finna sit up here and think about spiders all day. Right? Because if I'm afraid of them, like, I don't want them nowhere around me, not even in my thoughts. So just be mindful of, like, your way of thinking, your way of being, your ways of thinking are what really have you reacting, responding, or acting, doing whatever it is that you're doing. And what you're doing is what's causing you to receive the results. I'm gonna say that time and time again. Um, you just want to be clear and get honest. Like, be honest with yourself. Be clear about what it is that you want, what it is that you actually need to do. If you need to start making a plan, make a plan. Write out the goal and then write down like what it's going to take for you to reach this goal. And then you can start like, planning what you're going to do or how you're going to get into this position or this place or this space that you want to be in. My son was just saying something to me like, I asked him about a grocery list. I'm like, did you make your part of the grocery list? He was like, oh, it's all up here. Like, it don't work like that. Even when you go into the grocery store, if you try to remember everything you need in your mind when you go into the grocery store, and it can be as simple as 5 items, you're bound to forget at least one. Because you're going to go in there, you're going to get distracted. There's going to be other things. And not until you either make it to the front of the line or until you make it out the door in your car or up the street a little bit, you're going to be like, oh, shit, I forgot right? So start working with yourself, like using the tools that you have around you. Maybe it's your to-do list on your phone. Maybe it's your reminders. Maybe it's your notes. Like, you can use certain things. You have these tools. You don't have to just keep it all in your brain. Just start working with yourself. Start paying attention, like I said, to the more high vibrational things, like the things that are going to put you in a position to get into that space or reach that spot that you're trying to get into or you're heading towards. I be saying trying, but when I say trying, like it rubs me wrong every single time. It rubs me wrong every time because it's like, why do we have to try? All you gotta do is do it. Even though in your mind you're like, okay, I'm trying, but you're still doing it, right? Even if you don't get it right, even if it doesn't happen how you thought it was supposed to happen the first time, you're still doing what it is that you need to do. Do you understand that? In order for you to get into that space. You're learning. You figuring it out. Nobody told you it was going to be perfect. So stop expecting it to be perfect the first time around. Let me get one of these oracles because I haven't got one of these. I haven't taken an oracle for y'all in a very, very, very long time. Can we have what we need out of this deck? The oracle card that comes out of the Chakra Wisdom Oracle is acceptance. Right? Learning to accept things for what they are. Even if you have the expectation that they were supposed to come out and be a certain type of way. When I tell you everything happens exactly how it's supposed to, accept that. Like, it's all teaching you something. Not to discourage you, not to disrupt you in a sense. Because in some cases, it may very well need to be some disruptive things happening in order for you to get into alignment. But it's definitely not to discourage you, right? It's definitely not to just like, just keep you disappointed or down. Like, there's more to it than that, love. You just got to open yourself up to be able to see it. However, let's get clear. Let's get clear on what it is that we actually want, how we want to move, where we want to be, so that we can start putting in the actions that we need to put in and doing the things that we need to do, even though that may sound like the same thing. Listen, it's all up to you. And at this point, you just have to make a decision on what you're going to do. Period. With that being said, I definitely hope that this message brought you some type of clarity, confirmation, transformation, or helped you in your healing process somewhere along the line. Make sure that you do your best to have an amazing day today. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.